enormous turnip. Can you tell me who's in the story? Who's this? Grandad. Nana. Who's this again?
Yazzie.
Yazzie.
Nathan.
And?
Poppy.
The puppy. What are we going to call the puppy? Missy. And the enormous turnip. Grandad planted some turnip seeds. The turnip seeds grew and grew. One turnip grew enormous. I want that enormous turnip for my tea, said Grandad. Are we ready to pull? Get your hands out, ready to pull? Both of them. He pulled and he pulled, but he couldn't pull it up. Grandad called to Nana. Help me pull up this enormous turnip, he shouted. They, ready, pulled and they pulled, but they couldn't pull it up.
Mommy.
What? Nana, who does she get next? Nana called to Nene. Help us pull up this enormous turnip, she cried. And what did they do? They pulled and they pulled, but they couldn't pull it up. Nene called to
Yazzie.
Help us pull up this enormous turnip, he groaned. And what did they do? Can you remember? They pulled and they pulled, but they couldn't pull it up. The girl, Yasmin, called to the dog. What was the dog called? Missy. Yasmin called to Missy. Help us pull up this enormous turnip, she cried. They pulled and they pulled and they pulled, and up popped the enormous turnip. And what did they do? They all had turnip for tea. Who's eating their tea? Who's this having his tea?
Grandad.
And is that Nanny? Who's that? And what are they eating? Are they eating turnip pie? Yeah. Do you think it tastes nice? No. Is it pasta? It's maybe turnip and pasta. Is that what you think? Huh? Does it look nice?
Nana put that on the plate.
Nana's going to put it all on their plate. Look, she's going to share it out, isn't she? And where else can you see some turnips? On the curtains. Can you see the turnip out the window? That's the enormous turnip, isn't it?
What's that?
That's the turnip, and that's the bit they've cut out, isn't it? That's what she's made into a pie. Good old Nana. And they've even got pictures of turnips. Aren't they? On their wall.
Is that a giant?
It's a giant turnip. And what do they call it? Enormous. It's a giant turnip, an enormous turnip. Did you enjoy that story?